Good morning, students. See, today we studied about the method of separating mixture. This point is remaining from the lesson number 2, pure and mixed substance. Okay, one video is already sent that the mixture heterogeneous and homogeneous mixtures. Okay, so last period we started third lesson water, but from second lesson this topic is remaining, that's why we start again that lesson number 2. Okay, so this is the method of separating mixture. Method of separating mixture, in previous period we studied that the need for separating the component of the mixture, why you have to need to separate the component of mixture. So for that separating we use the different method like the winnowing, sieving, sedimentation, decantation, filtration, evaporation, centrifugation, distillation are some of the methods that use for separating the component. Okay, see, first method is the winnowing method. The separation of wheat from chaff uses a process called winnowing. You know, wheat, in wheat there is a some parts of the plants are remaining like the chaffs, that is separated by the winnowing process. This is the picture winnowing, how these persons separate the wheat and chaff. Okay, so for winnowing the you need to blow air. Okay, the chaff is exposed to current of air. Okay, the chaff is blown away as the mixture is exposed to current of air. Okay, so the grain which is a heavier form a separate heap. See here, that chaff is a lightweight, that's why with the help of air that is separate from the wheat, and here the wheat is separated. This is the first method. Then sieving. Sieving method means like that we use the with the help of sieves the we can separate the mixture, like the when builders want to find the sand to make the mortar. Okay, means mixture of sand, cements and water, they sieve the sand delivered to them to remove the stone. Due to the for the construction of the buildings, that builders use the fine sand. Okay, so for that they use the sieve for separating. So the sieve means what is the mesh of wires. See here in this picture you can see it. Okay, like that. So with the help of sieving the bigger stone cannot pass through and sand will be separated from the stones. Okay, this is the second method. Third, sedimentation and decantation method. When liquid containing insoluble solid, okay, is allowed to stand, the solid particle will settle under the force of gravity. This process is known as sedimentation. See, when liquid containing insoluble solid like sand, when you dissolve the sand in the liquid, then what happened? It's insoluble, it's not dissolved in a liquid. But when you want to separate this solid particle, then how you can separate it? For that the sedimentation process is used. Okay, this process is known as sedimentation, when solid particles settle under the force of gravity. Okay, you know there is a force of gravity, so these solid particles will settle down at the bottom of the glass or any container. Okay, and like that we can separate the mixture. See, on next page you can see this sedimentation process. See, the mixture of the allowed to stand. When you mix the sand in the liquid, then you have to allowed to stand without disturbing. Then what happened? The sand settled down at the bottom. that sand settle down at the bottom. And in the third picture you can see the water is poured into the another container without disturbing. Then what happened? The liquid will be separated in the another container, and at the bottom the sand is the remaining. Okay, means sedimentation process what is may be defined as the process of separating insoluble solid suspended in a liquid by allowing them to settle under the force of gravity. Okay, what? Separating insoluble solid that's suspended in a liquid by allowing them to settle under the force of gravity. Okay, so sedimentation, due to sedimentation, the two parts, the mixture is divided into two parts. How? The sediment and the supernatant liquid. This is the supernatant liquid. Okay, this water is decant separately is the supernatant liquid. Okay, and is the that solid particle is settled down at the bottom of the glass is the sediment. Okay, so this the supernatant liquid is separated from the sediment simplify by pouring it from the beaker. This process is called decantation. When you pour that water without disturbing, this process is called decantation. Decantation may be defined as the process of pouring out the supernatant fluid without disturbing sediment. Okay, without disturbing sediment, when you pour this supernatant liquid, then sediment is separated. This process is called as decantation. Okay, do you understood that sedimentation and decantation? Sedimentation and decantation is same. In sedimentation process, what you have to settle down that sediment without disturbance. Okay, and in decantation, when that sediment is settled down at the bottom, then afterward you have to separate that liquid, supernatant liquid, without disturbing sediment. Is called decantation. Is the difference between the decantation and sedimentation. Okay, see now next process is also used for the separation of mixture, centrifugation. For centrifugation, the one type of this machine is used. Okay, is the centrifuge. In centrifugation, what happen? When insoluble particle dissolve in liquid are too small, they may not settle quickly. See, when some powder when we mix in the liquid, okay, then what happen? It a total dissolve and it not easily settle down at the bottom. So for that separation, generally centrifugation process is used. So in this process, the settling process can be speeded up using a centrifugation. Means speedily that mixtures is centrifuge under the process of, okay, and this is the centrifugation. So this process involves rotating the mixture at a high speed in a machine. Okay, rotating mixture under a high speed in a machine is called centrifuge. So this centrifugation process is also used for separating the mixture. Okay, see, filtration is the most common method to separate the mixture. Generally at home also we use this method for filtration for filter the water or milk or other things. Okay, so it is generally in the chemistry that filtration process is used for separating the mixture of chemicals. Okay, see, filtration, it is more usually to separate the insoluble solid from liquid. When this method is used, when solid is insoluble in the liquid, means is not dissolved in a liquid. Okay, then you can separate it with the help of filtration. So for filtration, the filter paper is used. That's like that circular paper is taken for the filtration. Then you have to fold it from the center 2 times like that. The line is given dotted here. Okay, so you got the cone like paper. So this is the this filter paper is then kept in that funnel. Okay, it's called funnel, this apparatus. It's the beaker, it's the conical flask. So filter paper put in the funnel, and when you pour the mixture of the sand and water in that on that filter paper, so what happened, the sand get collected inside that filter paper and water is separated in a conical flask. Okay, means filter paper is one kind of sieve. Okay, so due to the small particles, liquid particles, they pass through the hole between the filter fibers. Okay, they can pass it like that. We can separate the mixture with the help of filtration. In exam, the diagram may become, means draw the filtration process with the help of suitable diagram. Explain the process of filtration with the help of suitable diagrams. This question may be come in the exam, so you have to draw this diagram in your notebook. Okay, then evaporation process. Evaporation process is a commonly process. It's also generally studied. Okay, evaporation, what the changing of the liquid into its gaseous form, is termed the evaporation. Okay, changing of liquid into gaseous form is termed the evaporation. Means when you boil the liquid, it convert into water vapor, means it's evaporate. Okay, and change into a gaseous form. So in this method, liquid component of solution evaporate and leaving the solid component behind. When you suppose you take the water, okay, and you have to dissolve the salt in it, common salt, then what, this process start to this mixture is start to boil. So when you total evaporate the water, then the salt is remaining at the bottom of container. Okay, so this evaporation process, as we discussed in chapter 1, a liquid as a water is made up of molecules which are held together by force of attraction. Okay, in first chapter we studied that the molecules are attached with each other with the help of force of attraction. So however, since the force of attraction are not as strong as those in solid, okay, so water molecule are free to slide or bump past one another. So this force of attraction is effective in the evaporation process. If fast moving molecule manage to reach the surface of water, it would be break away from the force of attraction of other water molecule. Okay, this is the third evaporation is one type of method. Okay, see, so one more process is useful for the separation is the distillation, is the most important. Okay, distillation. See, in the previous section we learned how salt can be obtained from the seawater. Okay, you know, we get the salt from the seawater. How? By the evaporation process. Okay, so what if we want to obtain the pure water? Instead, in this case, we have to use a process called distillation. If you want to pure water, okay, Then how you obtain it? So with the help of distillation process it is possible. So what happened in this process actually? So in this process impure water is taken in flask and heated it. Okay, see, you can see in this picture, this is the apparatus that used in the distillation process. Okay, so in this process what happened, that impure water is taken in the flask. It's the flask, one type of flask. In this process impure water is taken, okay, and heated. Then water molecule at the bottom of the flask change into the steam and form the bubbles, okay, and accept the liquid. So this steam is made to pass through cold glass tube. What happens when you boil the liquid? The steam is coming out from the liquid, means that evaporate, and these vapors are passes through the cold glass tube. It's called condenser. This is called condenser. As the steam passes through the cold glass tube, the molecules slow down. Okay, here their speed is very high, but when it come from that condenser where it's slow down, and here it become cools, and then as the molecules slow down, the force of attraction move them closer to one another, and they again convert into liquid water. Okay, they again convert into liquid waters. So which process is going on here when water vapor change into liquid? Yes, condensation process. Okay, condensation process is going on there. So in distillation process, first what happened, the liquid start to boil, then it convert into vapor, then that vapors, water vapors passes through the cold glass tube. Okay, here this molecule becomes slow down, means cool, and then it convert into water, liquid water. Okay, see, here indicate that this is the impure water. In second point, steam. The steam is passed through the glass tube called the condenser. Okay, and finally you got the pure water. So this is the process of distillation. Okay, so in this distillation process actually two processes used, means condensation. So condensation what can be defined as a process by which gas changes into liquid. Here condensation process is going on, and distillation, actually distillation process means what, can be defined as the process of boiling a liquid, condensing the vapor, and collecting the condensed liquid. See, distillation is the process of boiling the liquid, okay, condensing the vapor, and collecting the condensed liquid. Okay, this is the distillation process. Okay, so here that different method is used to separate the mixture. So here our that second lesson is finished. That from second lesson this point is remaining, that's why again I again start this second lesson. So here our second lesson is almost finished. Okay, thank you.